Well, hey everybody, I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to today's Correspondences for Work and Magic. Now, as I said yesterday, we have some days here where magic is the favorability is very bad, and today's one of them. So we're going to have you do something a little bit different, still magic related, but it's going to be rune magic. Magical focus today, Mercury governs. So communication, interactions, balance, justice, and revelation. That's going to be what the working with the runes and creating a bind rune today is going to be all about. I'm linking it to the rune divination that's here on both the Patreon post, the one on Medium, and also in the main forecast. It's called the forecast over at Stepping Aside, and I have a link to that in the body of the text below the video here on Patreon, and also I believe I also have it in the one for. Yeah, I also have it in the one over there on Medium as well. So wherever you get this, there'll be links to different things, and so go ahead and click on those to find the information that I'm going to have here that I'm going to reference. So just quickly, the element today is air. Colors are yellow and purple. Crystals are agate, emerald, fluorite, topaz, citrine, either heat treated or not, and red marble. The resins are benzoin, gum arabic, and frankincense, and the herbs are marjoram, horehound, bergamot, cinnamon, lavender, caraway, cloves, licorice, mullein, peppermint, star anise, and hyssop, of course. Let's see, feminine or receptive side of self is still strongest today on the polarity. Earth and air, earth is strongest with air next. Water and fire are less than that and in relative balance with each other. Let's see, lunar position is Aries. Mansion of the moon is the first. Let's see, and this causes conflict and promotes travel, so maybe this maybe our bind rune we do today will be important in that regard, so to kind of protect from that, from conflict and all of that, and feeling like you need to flee the situation. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. I want you to review today's rune divination and create a bind rune to carry with you when interacting with others. And I also recommend looking at today's ray information from the forecast at Stepping Aside. Now, I've linked to that, and that's down at the bottom of the forecast, so scroll down and you'll see it. And I want you to pay particular attention to how the second, fifth, and sixth rays are impacting understanding and self-expression. Read them, and then read the little paragraph I have above all of it. The intention of the bind rune today is to assist you and to step back from interactions long enough so that you can understand the greater picture before choosing your response, assuming you respond at all, because it's okay to just simply observe. And what this can do, especially with one of the runes Nathes in it, that's going to give you the friction within to control yourself. Also, and that's part of the bind rune here. But let's go through what I say here about the rune divination. So we have Manaz, Nathes, and Ansus. Those are going to be the structure of the bind runes. So and what this is really telling us, especially with Manaz beginning it, is that we're mindful of who we are to each other and how we express that fundamental truth. Manaz is a complex rune that describes the individual within society. It incorporates Degaz with Kenaz in the center of that. So the light of spirit in all directions, one period ending and another beginning. We're basically looking at, if you look at the Kabbalion, it talks about basically the fundamental principles that exist in form, essentially, and also in spirit. But the idea that we are one half, or in other words, when we look at someone else, we see the other side of self. So we see self and other side of self. And that's really what encompasses all of life. And it can come down, it can basically be drawn down to that principle, okay? And if you look at Manaz, you're seeing both sides of the equation, right? But it also incorporates vunyo, forward and reverse, so fellowship, laguz, forward and reverse, so flow toward one another. And Isa, which terminates both ends and provides the inclusive structure of the rune itself. Now, if we drew a single line down through the center, which I've done here in the bind rune, and I'll show you, we would then witness the present moment of Isa terminating Manes, along with the friction within in the center to manifest the future with Nathes. Okay, so Isa is about the static realm or present moment. Nathes is about the friction within. Hagalaz, the third Norn rune, is about destruction and preparation for change, so it deals with the past. So you're looking at the triple aspect of the goddess with the three Norn runes in the Elder Futhark, basically. So both Manes and Nathes then establish both our fundamental unity in spirit along with our collective path forward. Ansus, as Odin's rune, represents eloquence invoked by spirit and the clarity with which we express that truth. So what I did, and you can do whatever you want to as far as your bind rune, but this is what I came up with. And so you can see Manes in that comprises the whole thing. You see Nathes is created by drawing that line down the center. And then I have a little line here and a little line here to show Ansus forward and reversed. And I've included a picture on the Patreon post for Patreon members to show you what that all looks like. So if you want to go over there and join Patreon, it's just $1 a month, and you don't have to join every month. You can hit and miss if you're busy, or you can just do $12 a year, and then you're done with it, and you can just go and look whenever you want to. But this is where the picture is going to be, so you can see what that looks like. Now, if you already know runes and you have a book of runes, you can look this up yourself and see what the runes look like if you're not on that, and come up with your own bind rune or use mine, whichever you want to do. If you don't see it though, then you're not going to see what it looks like. But basically, I think it's just something, it's a talisman you can carry with you, or an amulet you can carry with you, to try to keep your focus on a higher perspective, okay? Perspective from spirit instead of ego. So anyhow, that's what I recommend today, given that work in magic, the favorability is very bad. So let's just focus on the runes and some self-improvement, and we'll be good, I think. So anyhow, thanks a lot, you guys. You guys have a really good day, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.